Today, we tackle the topic of aging, and it's important to know what we will face from a legal perspective as we age, particularly as divorce rates continue to climb. In fact, over the past 20 years, the divorce rate in the United States has declined, but for those aged 50 and up, it has doubled. Here with me now to elaborate on the topic of divorcing later in life is Alisa Peskin-Sheperd, Principal, Transitions Legal. Thank you for joining us.
Nice to see you.
You too. So as we age, what's important to consider in terms of family law?
In terms of family law, you want to think about, there's a whole realm of things to think about in terms of estate planning and powers of attorney and those kinds of things that are really when a couple are staying together. And then in divorce, the divorce area, which is what I specialize in, there are numerous other things that we have to think about when we're over 50 and divorcing.
So at what age should we consult an attorney and try to, familiarize ourselves with elder law?
Well, with elder law, really you can start when you have children, really thinking about how are you going to plan out your estate. We have attorneys within our practice within Transitions Legal that we like to refer to handle those estate planning issues for anybody at any stage, whatever stage they're at when they're divorcing. But as you get older, you want to think about who's going to be making decisions for you when you are older. We just started at Transitions Legal with looking into guardianships, helping people with guardianships and guardian ad litem. So if you're older and you need to make decisions or have somebody make decisions for you, if you become incapacitated, you want to know, for instance, that you have a power of attorney in place. You've chosen who you want to make those decisions for you.
Right.
Before you have to be in that position when you have to have somebody, a stranger, making those decisions.
And you said you specialize in the divorce aspect of it all. What is gray divorce?
Gray divorce is what became a term for anybody over 50 going through divorce. Because as you said when we were opening, the divorce rate overall has declined, but for people age 50 and older, it's actually doubled since 1990, according to a Pew Research Institute research report.
Is there any reason why you think that is, why that's happening now?
So what it appears to be why this is happening more is, number one, people are living longer. So people are staying married longer. Also, women are going back to work after raising children or have been working longer. So there's a feeling of independence, not so much dependency, and the need to stay married. So those are two key reasons why the divorce rate for 50 and older is increasing. I mean, really, if you think about it, also, when people were getting divorced, when the divorce rate was so high, people were really not living as long. Some people look at divorce as a virtual death. Being married for 15, 20 years was the norm because people were living until they were 60. Now we're living till we're 80 or 90 years old, so as our rates have increased as how long we're living, we're staying married longer.
Right. So what are some other important things to know if you're a person who is divorcing after a long-term marriage?
After a long-term marriage, we find that there are significant challenges because you're looking at what are your assets that you've built over the 25 or 30 years that you've been married. And especially when it comes to retirement, you may still be in the prime of your career and still working, but at the same time, we have to look ahead at what is it going to be like when you are ready to retire in your 60s or in your 70s, and you're taking an estate that you built together with your spouse and dividing it in two. So is it enough? Is there enough there for both of you to have comfortable lives or live similar lifestyles?
Would you say it's easier or harder on someone who, every situation is unique, obviously, but as far as the legal aspect goes, is it easier or harder to get a divorce in midlife as opposed to at a younger age?
No, there are different challenges at every stage of life that we're in. So somebody younger maybe have more concerns with regard to children and parenting time issues. But when we're older and our children have already gone to college or are done with college, we are really looking at what does our future look like as I'm growing older and I'm on my own.
Okay. And are gray divorce issues more complex than when a younger person or a couple has been married only a few years? It was kind of a similar question, But as far as the gray divorce goes, is there any difference?
So there is a difference. And like you said, every case is so different. But what we're looking at, again, when you're getting older, you're looking at, I don't want to work the rest of my life. And I thought I had a very comfortable retirement, you know, and a plan with my spouse, something that I've thought about since I was much younger. And now things are changing. So we have to adjust our attitude as we get older, and if we're going to be divorcing when we're over 50. We have to adjust our attitude and look at what assets do we have and what is our lifestyle going to be like.
Right.
One thing we do in our practice is we are sure to consult with a certified divorce financial planner or somebody who can help our clients look at what does their future look like with these assets, so that they can plan for themselves.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for all the info today. And to further educate yourself on the legalities we just discussed, please visit transitionslegal.com.